learners. A certain student once said, a good essay is 10% inspiration, 15% perspiration, and 75% desperation. What do you think of that, dear students? Do you feel the same way, considering that we are in the process of putting together your writing outputs this fourth quarter? Don't worry. Desperation can motivate you to achieve things you thought were impossible. However, we can make the quotation more positive by changing desperation to determination. In fact, determination is one key factor for success. If you really want to achieve something, you will work hard for it. Besides, I am here to help you finalize your essay and answer questions or clarifications you might have. I am Teacher Vernice, your guide to the last performance task for English 8.
Our final lesson, these are our learning objectives. First, identify the parts of an essay and what to include in each part. Second, explain the steps in writing an essay. And third, merge or combine the different parts you have previously done in order to come up with a well-written persuasive essay. The performance standard for English 8 is for learners to be able to deliver a persuasive speech. At this time, though, speech delivery is not possible for everyone. Thus, we will instead compose or write a good essay by making use of your past performance tasks. Speech delivery can be optional for those who are able to do it. Of course, they will be given extra points for that. An essay is not new because you have learned about it in the previous grades. In fact, we learned in Module 3 of Quarter 3 that there are different kinds of essays. For our final lesson, we will focus on persuasive essay. Look at the slide and read aloud our primary goal in writing this kind of article. If you said, to persuade others to agree with you and follow your suggestions, you are correct. Can you recall the parts of an essay? The first one is the introduction, which must introduce the topic through a thesis statement. At the same time, it should capture the reader's interest to continue reading. It could be comparable to the top bun of a yummy burger which beckons you to bite and enjoyably eat it as soon as you can. May I emphasize what a thesis statement is? It must be made up of a topic plus your opinion as a writer. For instance, do you think smoking is a thesis statement? It is a topic. But when you say, smoking makes life difficult, it becomes a thesis statement because it reflects the writer's opinion or stand about smoking. To capture the interest of the readers, here are some ways to start your introduction. A quotation or saying related to your topic can stimulate your reader's interest. United we stand, divided we fall can be used for what topic? If you said teamwork or cooperation, that would be right. A general fact could be a startling statement that motivates us to continue reading. It may also include statistics about the topic. On the other hand, an anecdote is a humorous incident or personal experience related to your topic. Aside from those mentioned already, Here are other attention grabbers you could choose from. Be careful with humorous remarks or jokes so that you will not offend your readers or listeners. Avoid green jokes or anything that could insult someone in your audience. The body of your persuasive essay should contain the most important reasons to persuade your readers to believe in your thesis statement. Just like the fillings or what is between the buns of a burger, your arguments should be selected and presented very well in order to achieve your purpose. The body discusses the topic using details, supports the thesis, and it should be written in an organized manner. So how do you present your ideas in the body? You can use examples or descriptions to make your point, and analogies or comparisons for emphasis. Since we are writing a persuasive essay, we are going to make use mostly of reasons. Based on your outlines, you need to write 3 paragraphs explaining your 3 arguments to support your thesis statement. In the process of writing the body, remember to make use of transition signals or cohesive devices to present your ideas more clearly and naturally. We have learned about these grammatical signals in 2 other previous lessons, but do refer to your notes or modules if you need a short review. Now, we have reached the final part of the essay. The conclusion is a restatement of the important points you wrote in the body, along with a call to action. Be clear on what you would like your readers to do or believe in after reading your work. In our illustration, it might be comparable to the burger's base or bottom bun that holds together all the other parts. After discussing the parts of an essay, let's now proceed to the steps in essay writing. We already have started doing steps 1 and 2 in the 3rd quarter. We have begun steps 3 and 4 in the earlier modules of quarter 4. Only the last step and perhaps more editing is left. Let's have a brief review of the steps. In quarter 3, module 6, our lesson was on various types of speech. You were asked to think of a topic that is persuasive in nature and that you would really like to write about. Most of your topics were accepted, but others had to change because what they chose was more informative or demonstrative in nature. Step 2 is the performance task in quarter 3, module 6. You are required to make an outline of your topic. This is a very important part because you will always refer to it when writing the different parts. Always have your outline checked before proceeding so that you will not waste time, effort, and other resources. After getting ideas and making an outline, it is time to start writing the essay. You have already done the introduction in the What I Can Do part of quarter 4, module 1. You can still revise this to integrate parts that you haven't included, such as the thesis statement. Don't focus on spelling and grammar as you write your draft, especially the body. Include your What I Can Do outputs in the past modules of this quarter. In other words, put together your past outputs to form your rough draft. Step 4 is revising and editing the draft. If there are parts of the content that you need to change, this is the time to do it. Revision comes first before editing. Revise the content and rearrange the order of your arguments or reasons in the body if you need to. You can insert necessary cohesive devices in all the body parts to achieve good organization. The second criteria of the rubric to be used in evaluating your essay. Editing your essay for spelling, grammar, and punctuation will address the third criteria, which is conventions. If you computerize your work, this can easily be done by the computer with a bit of effort on your part. You can handwrite it if no laptop is available for you to use. Finally, the last step is preparing the final copy to be graded. Look at the checklist and keep it in mind while preparing your final essay. Learn to follow instructions to avoid waste of resources. Double-spaced is like leave one space, while size 12 Arial font is applicable only if your work is computerized. This part generally addresses the fourth criterion in the rubric to be used, in addition to submission of your work on time. Let's take a look at the rubric to be used in grading your final output. All four criteria have already been covered in the previous slides. Use of citations, which we have learned in Quarter 1 and then again in Quarter 4, Module 2, will include the tasks on expanding one's topic outline. Whenever you are required to do a performance task, it is always wise to read the rubric to evaluate it so you can do your best to get a very good score. After doing much listening, you will now do a little of both listening and writing. Let's check whether you can identify the parts of an essay in the paragraphs you have written. Bring out your topic outline and the other performance tasks in this quarter. Check whether the following are present. Copy them in the spaces provided in the activity sheets. For Activity 2, let's review if you really did the 5 basic steps of writing an essay. Opposite each step, write one thing you have done under each part of the process. Now, for the final output, let us finalize your persuasive essay on a short bond paper by rewriting the different paragraphs you have already written. If you need to do some revising, you may do so. Remember to use transition signals when you revise your work. Underline at least 7 different transition signals that you used to make your essay more effective. Be guided by the rubric included in your activity sheet. Now, stop the video and do this final task. To summarize the activities we did, let's identify insights we learned from the different lessons involved in this final task. On the first column are some of the topics we discussed. You are given 5 seconds to come up with how that lesson helped you in coming up with your final persuasive essay. Ready? Let's go! Number 1. Making an outline of my topic before writing the essay. Did you get it guides you in writing the important points of your essay? Number 2. Expanding my outline using sources. This is on citations. It makes your work more credible or believable. 3. The role of cohesive devices in writing. It organizes your ideas and adds emphasis and clarity to your writing. And the fourth, writing a draft before finalizing your essay. It helps you come up with a neater, more effective, and comprehensive output.
Were you able to get all 4 of them? If so, congratulations! You have indeed learned the basics of writing a good essay. That's all for now. But before we end, I would like to congratulate those who have read the modules and accomplished the answer sheets themselves. For sure, the knowledge gained will come handy in grade 9. Don't forget to pass all the requirements on time. Carry on being a responsible, independent, lifelong learner.